Hello and welcome. In this video I want to show you how to render and encode fractal animations. Encoding a fractal animation means to create a video file from the individual frames and optionally an audio track. For this process, Swan requires the installation of a separate product called FFmpeg. While this step might be annoying to you, it was chosen with care. FFmpeg is a very mature and extremely powerful product with endless features. It is also very fast and supports your GPU. And it is open and free, is supported on any major platform and receives updates all the time. So rather than including some expensive closed library for encoding videos, which may have bugs or may be discontinued in the future or maybe not be able on all platforms in the same quality, I have made a design decision to use FFmpeg for this task. Once you have installed it, you may also use it for other projects. It has really endless features, but honestly is not very easy to learn. But to create videos with Swan, you don't have to learn it at all. However, there are additional features you could use if you want. Please note that it is not possible to include Fempeg inside the Swan software package due to copyright reasons. This is the only reason you must install it manually. Installing FFmpeg. Installing FFmpeg is really very simple. Refer to the user manual of Swan to get the correct download link for your operating system or just search for it on the internet. After installing it once, you must tell Swan where you installed it. This also must be done only once. To do so, go to the application settings and select the FFmpeg section. The first setting, which is called FFmpeg command, has a choose button. Press it. Navigate to the folder where you installed FFmpeg and select the FFmpeg program inside it. On Windows, it should be named ffmpeg.x, while on other systems, it just has the name FFmpeg. That's all. You may ignore the other options until you run into encoding problems or want to try out specific features. Rendering and encoding an animation. Once FFmpeg is installed, rendering and encoding an animation is very simple. And you don't have to deal with FFmpeg at all. Open the flame animation you want to render and open the render animation window in the render flame menu. This window is very similar to the render image window, but designed to generate a sequence of frames rather than rendering a single image. Here you can also modify rendering settings like render resolution or quality level. However, there are additional settings related to generating animations. First important is the render post action option. Here you can select what should happen after Swan has rendered all individual frames. The default action is encode video, and which will call FFmpeg to encode the final video file. When the fractal animation has an audio track attached to it, the audio track will also be included in the video file. This action will preserve all the individual frames you have rendered, and you must manually delete them. When you are not interested in keeping your frames, you can select the encode video and delete frames action. This does the same as the encode video action, but will delete all frames once completed. The last action is show images folder. This will only render the frames and then open a file explorer to show the generated frames. It won't encode the video, which is useful if you want some different software package to assemble your animation. In this case, you won't need to install FFmpeg. When using FFmpeg to encode the video file, you can specify some additional options in the field FFmpeg encode args. The default value of those arguments can be changed in the application settings under the FFmpeg section. Cancel and resume rendering. You can cancel the rendering at any time. When the option skip existing frames is selected, Swan will not render frames again when they are already present in the images folder. so you can resume the rendering later, even after restarting Swan. Once you have modified your flame after you started the render, you must either uncheck this option before rendering or delete the already generated frames manually in order to let them render again. Frame range. By default, the whole animation from frame 1 to the total number of frames is generated. You can change this by modifying the values frame from and frame to. This is the end of this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next. Bye.